And definitely fighting going on.
Who are they fighting? We have no idea.
There's nothing in orbit. They're firing onto the planet, occasionally.
Is the planet firing back?
You have not detected anything thus far.
So these being orcs, it could be anything from scouring all life from the surface, or just seeing what it takes to make the entire planet ring like a bell.
Sounds about right.
Or given the inaccuracy of ship weapons, and orc weapons in particular, there could just be that one guy they've been really pissed off at for the past 5 years. It's like, no, that guy right there, shoot him. I've just been missing every shot for 5 years.
Orcs are notoriously bad shooters. Or accurate, rather.
And trying to hit a single person with a capital weapon is kind of hard in the first place.
That too.
And I mean, that definitely can try to do the thing with the Void Watcher doodad.
Try
And
eventually.
as for recapping, what recapping there is, you guys have emerged from the warp to the sixth system to find that the world that you had intended to try and plunder the secrets of is apparently under siege by an orc war party of some description.
You mean an orc wow party?
Yes, sorry, an orc wa. An orc war party would be called a wa.
Wild's a lot bigger though.
You are trying to apply solid definitions to a term that is orcish in origin.
Yeah, but it's usually like a big thing.
Even when you're using dictionary definitions, the word has three meanings.
Odor will leave space strategy up to experts. When the time for punching comes, fetch Odor.
I mean, the question is, do we even care? I mean, we're not.
Yeah.
We're looking.
we want to go on that planet.
Yeah, but they're all, as far as I can tell, they're grouped up to one spot, right? They look like they're focusing on something. Why don't we just park on this side of the planet? Or is that too obvious for scanners to pick up?
That would definitely be doing a silent running.
Yeah, I'd like to keep us a little further out just for the outset. My thinking is this, okay? We're here for a reason. We know there is interesting stuff on the planet. What are the odds that there is some completely other interesting thing that has 3 orc ships here?
Good. That's some pretty good deductive reasoning right there. That's true. Maybe orcs are dumb. Maybe they're just trying to blast open the vault. That's what they're firing at.
It's as good an explanation as any other for their actions.
Though I will consistently provide devil's advocate for anything related to orcs. In this case, the devil's advocate is there anything you can think of that the orcs would not try to blast apart? Think hard.
A particularly like a galactically significant cute kitten, not just like your average kitten, like some weird mutant kitten that is like weirdly, hexingly cute.
I feel like they would try to blow that up particularly.
Yeah, that would
How
be
about a
like
great big
emphasis.
pile of teeth?
How big is the pile of teeth?
Like vault sized.
A mountain of teeth.
I don't know. That's a lot of teeth. They'd never actually be able to move that many teeth before they became useless. But there is one interesting thing you could do with them.
Blow them up.
It'd be a right laugh watching all those teeth raining down from the sky on fire.
Do it.
That's how the orc economy stays stable.
Because orcs would blow up a mountain of teeth. It is known.
Because orc teeth disintegrate after too long. Nobody can hoard well. There's no billionaires.
Bernie Sanders would love the orc world.
Everybody generates their own wealth as they shed teeth or punch teeth out of other people's mouths. The only way you can truly become wealthy for any extended period is punching. It's a punching-based economy. Frodo would do great in the orc economy.
Now he doesn't take off his power fist, so he doesn't like immediately vaporize the teeth he punches.
I guess the teeth grow back, right?
Hodor would cause a recession. We're running out of teeth.
I think they'd probably be incinerated if I punched them with the power fist.
Yeah, if you
That's what we're
punch them
saying.
in
You would
the
cause
face.
a recession.
Hodor is 1%.
Yeah.
He's got 1% of something. If you want me to look around, I can, but... Well, first you gotta wake somebody up. Got really, really tired after all those days in the warp. Luckily, I'm a light sleeper, so that works fine.
Oh, you are a light sleeper, aren't you? Yeah.
That's why she always sounds so out of it. She's just half awake wandering around.
Shows assume something's going to kill her.
Which generally is not a bad assumption when you think about it.
Where does Romeo sleep, by the way?
He usually sleeps on his ship, but that got blown up. So I guess he's actually sleeping in his quarters now.
Did you get a new ship? I can't remember.
He got a new ship, he got an Aquila, but the Aquila is notably less spacious.
Right.
It can only hold 10 people as opposed to 30. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter to him. Anyway, I'm not sure if he could. I'm not sure if he could, in good conscience, take up a bunch of space inside of the Aquila right now. Considering how small the cargo is, it's probably necessary for stuff.
Oh, right. Relevant. Possibly. We'll see. Anywho, yes. Zennith being roused from slumber.
Already.
In one of the many isolated staterooms of the Navigator Tower. With hallways so intricately laid out to ensure that none of the rooms actually require any of their occupants to cross paths.
Not at all. They better not. Okay, the humans are okay.
Well, yes, there's servants going all over the place.
Yeah, the servants are fine. Did you need something, Lady Lord Captain? 3 microbead.
Information. Always information. At the moment, I'd like to have some idea of what's going on over that planet.
Alright. Suppose I have to be up the bridge, don't I? Give me a few minutes. When she eventually gets to the bridge, she'll be basically like piggybacking on one of her servants' backs, just kind of resting.
Well, she is taken to whatever chair she normally takes up on the bridge, presumably some fancy pants navigator station.
Alright, let's see what we have. So, I guess I need to make a perception test. What's my...
Whatever Void Watcher normally demands.
Any add-ons or removals to this roll?
No more than there would otherwise be usually.
So... It just said modified by range and size potential objects, so... It's just regular. Well... This is starting off lovely.
Oh, joyful. So yes, there's quite a haze in this system from all manner of things. We're finding it difficult to peer through the warp here.
So you're saying, reply hazy, ask again later.
Pretty much. That could just be because, like, her all 3 eyes are just vaguely open at the moment. I could do it. Unless you want me to fate this, but I think I'm not going to get too much more than the augury array as well. Or... what do you send out?
It's fine. We'll explore other means of getting your data. You go back to sleep.
She'll just get a piggyback back. It's like, wake me when we found something interesting.
Of course, Mum.
So I continued looking into it, and it turns out that microwave beams are suitable for not leaky communications. Basically, the goal here is to not just to keep them from listening in should they hear it, but I don't want them to hear it at all.
Here.
The probe.
Right.
So is that a thing that we could build or whatever?
In time, possibly. I don't know if you actually have the stuff for that at the moment.
We have a general scan, right?
You do have your auger arrays, yes. Big old.
How does the Zennith line up against the frigates?
Is it that one obtains with an active augury check? Let's find out. Together.
Isn't an active augury check going to let them know that we're here?
I didn't actually find anything noting that. I thought it did. It would make sense in a submarine kind of way.
It would be perfectly reasonable of you to say that, and I would have nothing to argue with you, that there's basically Well, I mean, like I said, you have passive sensors and active sensors, right? And your passive sensors are things like telescopes and radio receivers, and your active things are things like lidar, and radar.
Well, and all manner of arcane whoozy whatsits from being Warhammer.
Yeah, I don't know about all the who's what's it from it being Warhammer. I'm just describing the different classes of things that we use in reality.
Yeah.
The exact means doesn't really matter all that terribly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that using an active augury will blow a silent running. Does that make sense to me? And I know
Okay.
that you do have active and passive sensors, and there would be little reason to have them if there wasn't a reason to not use them. So that is the benefit you have with Denev, in that no one would ever know that she was spying on anybody. But you do know what the orcs have out there, insofar as 3 ships that are actively firing.
But only semi-actively.
They are quite sporadic. It will be quite a while for you to fly in that far into the system anyway, since now you are at the edge of the star system and you're heading on in.
I mean, if we wanted to fight them, and I'm not sure if we do, but if we wanted to fight them, alerting them to our presence on the outside of the galaxy is probably better, because the big ship, as far as we know, is slow as shit. And that means we'll probably meet with the frigates first, and we might be able to take out the frigates first. But that's assuming that we don't take a lot of damage before the other ship comes in. But, like, splitting up their forces if we want to fight them is probably the way to do it.
I don't specifically want to fight them. It's just that they may stand between us and our objective here.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
they being orcs, it is entirely possible that we will end up fighting them sooner or later, regardless of our intentions.
Or their intentions, for that matter.
I mean, we have the advantage. I'm pretty sure we have the advantage close to planet side, just because of the way the Zennith works. But how much of an advantage, I don't know. Like, we have a maneuverability advantage already, weirdly enough, and probably more so close to the planet side. I guess the question is, like, what else do we know about the system, or do we not know because we're not actively scanning?
Well, you know some. I've actually been getting a diagram set up all this time so I could more accurately explain.
Cool.
Yay, diagrams!
Because, I mean, if there's an asteroid belt, that'd be pretty convenient.
Asteroid belt, no.
Are there any convenient planetary masses on this side of the system between us and them?
I think you want celestial masses here, like a nebula would be sweet.
There basically is a gigantic dust cloud ring in the system that is functionally a nebula for all the purposes you would need.
Yeah,
Nebulaic.
that's pretty good.
And players over here.
Sorry, who's over there then?
You guys, over here on this map now.
And this is the orc ship down here.
Look at that, a dead ship.
I don't think those are the orc ships. I think those are leftovers from the last space combat.
Oh, they are.
From the
yes.
fighter combat.
I thought that was on another player.
So that's the orc ship.
I could put it where the orc ship would be.
Okay.
Well, I mean, given the size of space things, I'm pretty sure it would just be like designate the planet that they're around. Because, like, sorry, cell phones. These are like celestial body sizes, right? So
Yeah,
they're massive.
Yeah, so it does have a bizarre setup of two of the largest bodies in the system are orbiting right next to the star.
In the same orbit?
Along with the rest of the planets. You know, orbital,
Well,
whatever. Elaborate whatever the sentence you're trying to sentence is.
the sentence I'm trying to sentence, yes.
Yes.
The sentence I am trying to sentence is a sentence about asking whether this is basically that their sizes are similar enough that it's like a binary planet in the same track, like the Earth-Moon system, except with the moon being closer to the Earth's size.
Well, in this case, what you've got here is you have a gas giant right up there next to the sun, being orbited by a super Earth.
I see. So closer to the Earth-Moon system, then. Okay.
Six itself is a super Earth-sized planet being orbited by a relatively smaller thing. And then out here, lonely, you have Roderick's world.
And we are here to visit which of these again? And I'm assuming the brown ring is the aforementioned dust cloud.
It is that thing that you just said.
That's
Okay.
fairly conveniently located.
So regardless of what we decide to do, whether we're doing silent run or whether or not we're going to try to like split them up and fight them, I'm going to assume we're going to move into the dust cloud. There's no reason to hang out in empty space where we're easy to find.
I would agree with that assessment.
Alright, so moving into the dust cloud then. Let me just make sure. There are some complications moving blind into a big ass dust cloud. Yes. Yes, okay. Navigation stellar. Someone has that, yes?
Romeo has that.
Romeo has navigation stellar?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, Nav Stellar.
Nav stellar minus 10 plus the Zenith's detection rating.
What is the Zenith detection rating?
I believe the Zenith's detection rating is 9 with all the fancy crap you put in it. Which, not that much fancy crap really for detection, but a little bit of fancy crap.
Okay, so 9. Plus, I could assume I'm getting the captain's bonus, right?
Of course.
All right. Boop. I'm going to fate point that. Dogs. Nope. I don't know. Nope. Does anyone else
What have
happen
you
to have?
done?
Does anyone else happen to have Nav Stellar? Dev might.
Actually, a good question. Yes. It's not as good as my nav warp, but yes.
'Cause
Yes.
I was gonna say, I don't think I have Nav Stellar.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So once again, Zennith is dragged out of bed.
Oh. Is it just a matter of needing the, needing to auger array the thing to get in here more?
It's more the inherent difficulties in navigating through the space equivalent of pea soup fog without getting lost.
Right. Man, now I wish I passed that warp sense or space sense. Okay. I assume I can't get the captain's bonuses. That would have helped.
I don't see why you couldn't.
Oh, good. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Romeo just messes up, and then we wake you up, and Romeo's very sorry.
Zennith, I got us lost.
I'm not surprised. Like, how have you not been sleeping?
Well, that's why he wants to go there in the first place, because then he'll be like, okay, ship's safe enough, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we sit there and acquire what knowledge we can without making noise.
But
Wait.
Yeah.
Is that including all the bonuses?
that's just including the captain's bonus. What other bonuses were there?
That means you succeed by 0.3, because you're not adding the 9 we have for detection rating.
There's also a -10, so it's actually functionally -1.
I have to fate this. I have to fate this.
Yeah, the end result is that you're only getting +9 total. +10, or yeah, +10, -10, +9, +9 total.
If I tried again with my Synesians thing, would that help Romeo with a navigation on the thing?
Oh wait, here's a question. Can I assist Zennith with the navigation check?
You both have the skill, so I would assume you both can collaborate on that.
Okay, if we can get in our DeLorean for a second, that means it passes, right?
We're both working together and the captain's bonus.
Yes, that is suitable. And so in that case, you guys do not get lost in the gigantic thick dust clouds.
Yay.
We did it.
You don't know what the fuck is on the other side.
We're sleep. I'm going to sleep now. Romeo goes to sleep.
So yeah, well they got.
Need my thing for. Once I'm in the cloud, can I try again with possibly seeing better on the other side with the Synesians?
You can. The sensors themselves are functionally only able to see out to a distance of 10 squares in combat right now.
Okay.
Okay, so even if we tried to active scan, there would be no point.
Yeah, this is a great place to hide, but it's not more or less friendly to you being inside of it than to the people outside of it.
But I could at least see way further than that if I can actually make a freaking void sense thing. Smile upon me, Captain.
I so smile.
That's way better.
Was it? Or was it god awful?
4.5.
No, it was actually really good.
Okay, are degrees of success a factor in Void Watcher?
I don't think so. I think it's. Let me look it up. I have it right here. Detect objects in space up to a distance equal to the navigator's perception bonus in 3 minutes.
Wait, could we potentially turn this into like a stealth mission? Like, so say we hide in the nebula and just send down like transports, like stealth transports, and we go try to get into the vault like sneakily.
I asked if we could use the Aquila to go down there. It just doesn't. It just can't fly that far.
Okay.
Yeah, you're.
I'm presuming the teleportarium also does not have the reach.
It does not have that. And let's see. Go up to 6 void units. That lovely arbitrary designation.
Yeah, well, that gives
And how far is the cloud from the planet? I don't know if you have the measurement set up or anything.
Oh, good lord, I don't have measurements set up now.
Yeah, so I have no real way of gauging what that distance actually is.
What's the average distance between planets in general? How far
Pretty
is
far.
Earth? How far is Earth from the nearest thing?
Like the nearest star?
Nearest other planet.
225 million kilometers to Mars. Venus to Earth is 41.4 million kilometers.
Okay. The rough estimate of a void unit is 10,000 kilometers. That is.
Okay, so
You're
we'd
right.
have to be
Yeah, no, that might.
significantly closer.
Which, if you didn't fuck up your tests, you could slide in pretty close. But if the orcs ever had a reason to do an active scan, then you'd light up like a Christmas tree. At the moment, they're not banging away with active augury because they don't have a reason to.
How far does active augury reach? Like, we can figure out this whole little system with it, right?
Basically, yeah.
I mean, we got a few months of supplies. We can go out a distance, put out an active augury ray, slip back into the dust cloud, and then get closer. But I'm not sure if that will do us much good. It won't get a shot, not when we first do it.
Given that it is days worth of travel, like minimum days worth of travel, it would take a while for the orcs to even reach you before you were able to slip back into the cloud, theoretically.
I mean,
Yeah,
and then,
but then they'd know we were in system. They'd start hunting us. I mean, assuming that they aren't right on the edge of, detonating a super weapon in system. If we're not up against a time constraint, I'd like to spend a while spying the lay of the land.
we are kind of on a time constraint, in that we don't have infinite supplies. We haven't used that many, but we don't have an infinite amount. We have 6 months.
5 months now.
And if you want
Yeah,
to
because
look
we've
at
used-
more at the
used-
planet
yeah.
or something like that, if it's within my distance, I can gain some information about it, but that's about it. Oh wait, no. Damn it, that's adept. Never mind. Oh crap.
And this planet outward from the dust cloud is the only other planet in the system?
On this side, yes.
Okay. And scanning it won't clue them off. Of course, they're sitting in the dust cloud, right?
Well, you're not able to see more than 10 squares in front of your face in the dust cloud, active or no.
Oh, yes, that. It was a brilliant plan up till then.
Yeah, that's why if we want to fight them, we could set off an augury, ping them on purpose, hop in the dust cloud, and try to get them at a weird angle or something. and jump them. But that's assuming that we decide that we can take 2 frigates taking almost no damage.
Oh,
Which-
and for what it's worth, Magus Chiron does have has been researching this system and such quite a bit, although obviously his information is going to be a little outdated.
Oh, what can he tell us about all of this then? And does he have any idea what the orcs are bombarding and why?
Whoever the orcs are bombarding, I'm sure it's far more important than they could possibly realize. I would not be terribly concerned about it.
My major concern is keeping them from turning the bombardment on us.
That would be a far greater concern. If they seek to gain entrance to the lost city below the colony, they will be very hard-pressed to do so with such primitive firepower. If it could be done with orbital bombardment, we would have gained access millennia ago. I am uncertain how it would affect your strategizing, but there are some unique celestial features.
Is that so?
I doubt that the orc. They may have been exposed to them, but I sincerely doubt that they have mastered or observed various radiation or gravitational phenomena present throughout the system. Obviously, you have already become aware of the dust clouds, the nebula circle that surrounds the system.
Hard to miss, really.
Hiding here was wise for the time being. It is somewhat understandable that the orc have remained where they are. Movement can be quite difficult here without a skilled pilot. There are eddies and riptides of gravity throughout the entire system. One can detect them, guide themselves along that path. They can increase their speed, but if you're caught within one, if you do not turn the right way, do not compensate, your ship can be ripped apart.
That is interesting. Are they stable or do they shift?
They shift considerably. They cannot be effectively mapped. They can be detected in the moment. A skilled pilot can take days off our journeys throughout the system, making use of them.
So long as the ship is not ripped apart, of course.
This is why I say a skilled pilot. Working with the flow of these gravitational anomalies will allow us to gain a boost of speed. Failing to, turning into them, would have them shear portions of the ship away. The anomalies quiet closer to the star. They are replaced by a far more dangerous threat. There are periodic strange bursts of radiation. strange energies that seep from the star at random intervals. Sometimes it's a matter of days between bursts, sometimes months.
And to what distance can these be expected?
Not as far as 6, unfortunately. It is possibly why the Orc have not seen fit to assault joined, the moon of the gas giant in the inner cauldron.
Is there anything there they would find worth assaulting?
It is inhabited, as 6 is, although hardly with anything as interesting to our endeavors. There is a surge of energy from the star whilst one is not shielded by the planet. Nearly every sensor aboard the vessel would be destroyed. The use of weapons and Vox transmissions would become impossible.
That is interesting information.
With suitable preparation, we could insulate our own auger arrays. I doubt that the Orc are aware of such an anomaly.
Indeed, and if they were blind, they'd be entirely at our mercy.
In theory, they would be no less capable of firing their weapons.
But they would be incapable of detecting the gravity rifts. So if we let them near the sun fight out their systems and let them back out, there ain't no way they're going to take very long in the void.
It would be unlikely they could even find their way back to the planet. In time, they would be able to repair their augury, however. I am not privy to the details of Orc mechanical expertise. I am uncertain how quickly they can recover from the damage.
Then we should begin insulating our arrays immediately.
This would require crossing into the inner system, past 6, or at least past its orbital path.
Well, they're going to know we're here eventually. I just wanted to be ready for it.
I mean, we already have the speed advantage if we decide to ride out the rifts. You could press it even farther.
The rifts die down once one makes it past 6. They fade to radiation anomalies.
Got it.
Even when there is not a burst actively surging, there are reports of auger arrays being inhibited. Detection of anything, transmissions of any form are difficult in the system. Even before all such systems are destroyed by burst. First, let's try to measure a thing.
It's like the points on whose line is it anyway? Don't matter.
I was just trying to work out where, in relation to 6, the shadow of the super Earth moon would be. Like if it would leave the orcs if moving in along the shadow of the inner planets would allow us to get to the inner planets before the orcs had time to catch up with us.
You can continue to run silent for mostly as long as you like. Unless someone would spot you looking out a window, you wouldn't be detected without active augury, assuming your checks went well. But it would double your travel times, since you can't run the engines at full.
How long is the travel time originally?
Making it all the way to the inner system, probably a couple weeks.
And how long will it take it to insulate our auger array?
A few days, probably. Assuming everybody rolls well with getting the auger arrays insulated against the radiation.
And can we ride silent or run silently and still surf the rifts?
I am not seeing anything that says you can't.
I'll be right back, guys.
Alright,
All right, so let's gravity surf over to. Was it joined? Is the name?
joined.
Joined. So joined is not occupied, inhabited, and we need parts from it to insulate our auger arrays, right?
You do not need parts from it, no. That's just a thing you're capable of doing given time.
Okay. Okay, cool.
It does itself sit within the zone that would be affected by the radiation bursts.
But we can try to roll in on a course that leaves us in their shadow, right?
You can certainly attempt to. And also, you would not be capable of detecting when the next burst would occur without banging away with active augury.
Well, actually, no, here's what I'm thinking. We spend a couple of days here letting Zennith and Romeo rest up while we insulate the auger arrays. Then we can start heading in system when we really don't need to be in the planet's shadow.
I'd even say that we go in and we try to skirt the planet and then ping an auger array when we're close enough, we think, for the orcs to care, but not close enough to get fired on.
Exactly my thinking.
Yeah, and then hopefully the orcs give merry chase. Some of them get blown up in gravity rays. If not, they get fried out by the system, and then we loop back and try to take on the capital ship.
That is part of the problem, as Magus Kairos will note. Part of the problem is that the bursts of radiation from the star are unpredictable. We can attempt to predict them with suitable readings, but we would need to attempt to actively divine their energies, which would draw the attention of the orc.